Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're getting into the 1/6 scale Alucard of Hellsing Ultimate by Figurama. This thing came in two humongous boxes. As you can see here, this is box number 1, 3 levels, Velcro straps, very big, very huge, very heavy. Then we'll be getting into the second box here. This is box B, a little thinner, much lighter. I believe this has the base in it and 1 or 2 other pieces. Again, very large. And this is inside the box. 1 single layer of foam, 2 Velcro straps, nothing too crazy. As you can see, I'm breaking into box A and constantly checking the very handy instruction manual that came with the piece. We got the base out, we started with that as we usually do, and then we just followed the instructions. This was hands down the most intricate building of a statue I've ever had to do. It took me exactly 1 hour and 3 minutes, and I know that because I recorded this whole thing. And this is obviously a time lapse, but this was very, very strenuous and very, very tedious to put together, and I've put together a lot of statues in my time and thought I've seen it all. I thought I've seen the biggest, craziest, most intricate pieces, but I was wrong by a long shot because this thing is out of control. So as you can see, I'm following the instructions, flipping back, making sure I'm taking the right pieces out of the box and making sure they go into the right places accordingly so that nothing gets broken and everything is fine and is going to look great in the piece. So lots of referencing, also just making sure all of the wrapper goes back into the exact hole that I took it out of, so that way if I ever need to take this thing apart and put it back in the box, it has the same paper and the same plastic around each individual hand and gun and tiny little piece that came out of the box. So again, this is very tedious. This right here with this little gate part you're seeing is the only part that I had kind of a lot of trouble getting in. I got one of the pegs go into one of the holes, but not in the other, and I was concerned it would break. It looks exactly the same, and you honestly can't even tell that the other peg is not in the other hole. But again, that was the only one that I couldn't really figure out. It was very close, but I just left it because you couldn't really tell at all. So again, we're just looking for all of these arms and all of these hands that go on all these dead, dying Nazis. It was actually a lot of fun to put together. It took a long time, and I just took my time and I kind of just enjoyed the process and got to know the statue and all the pieces and everything that comes with it. But I did have a good time doing it. It just took a very long time to do. So I just got Alucard's body into the wolf dog wave, and then we just got his jacket on that is turning into the bats. The jacket is particularly intricate and delicate, but the way they packaged it was absolutely amazing, and all of these pieces were so well packaged. I was really nervous about opening this and finding something broken off, but the engineering of the packaging was amazing. So as you can see, we are getting some 360 shots of the statue here with some information for all the other collectors who think they might want to put this on a particular stand or anything like that. Now you can see how heavy it is and how big it is. These are the different sculptors and artists that worked on the project. Out of control. They deserve all the credit. This is absolutely crazy. Let's get into some close-up details of what's going on this statue. These Nazis are having the worst day a Nazi has ever had in the history of evil Nazis. As you can see, they are being torn around, they're being decimated and swallowed and just absolutely eaten by this crazy wave of dog, wolf, Alucard energy that's just absorbing them, and it looks super painful, as it should. I love the excruciating expressions on all these guys' faces. This thing was so much more impressive in person than anything I could have imagined or saw on the internet. The wolf is wild. The matte finish on the fur, the high gloss eyes, the high gloss mouth, tongue, teeth. It's really the finishes on this thing do it all. The glossy blood, the matte finish on the clothing, really out of control, and it really just brings it to another level of realism. Here is Alucard in all his glory. I chose to put this portrait on, and I'm going to keep it in display that way because the hat kind of causes a hard shadow over his face, and the angle of his head is pretty dramatic, so you don't really get to see his face too much with the hat portrait. I definitely thought I would do the hat portrait, but seeing it in person, I really like his flowing hair. It's a little bit more movement and energy going on, and yeah, you can just see his beautiful face. But here's some close-ups, a downward view looking up, so you can really see his face, see those eyes and all the shadows playing on his face. This is the hat portrait with his goggles, or glasses rather, which I really love, and I wanted to do this one, like I said, but again, you just can't really see his face unless you're down and looking up at it. Here is more vortexing cyclone energy of the decimation of these Nazis and them just defending themselves, but they are not doing a good job, and it's really showing. This is the bust that holds the alternative portrait, and here's some different angles of it. It looks really great. Love displaying that next to it. I absolutely love this Nazi getting his head blown off and the eyes popping out, and his body is so contorted, and the broken arm, absolutely amazing. This guy having the worst day ever, and I love it. His little teeth, the eyes around the base are just nuts. And yeah, this guy, he is needing help, wanting help, and he's not gonna get it. The wolf dog is just wild and deserves all of the attention. It really catches your eye, the tongue, these broken wooden pieces, just so much detail. And there is his jacket turning into the bats, absolutely nuts. Detail in the guns is incredible. His portrait, incredible. That his eye detail is nuts. So yeah, I am very, very happy with this thing, you guys. As you can see, detail on the rifle, super sharp, really clean. The base and all the destruction, really, really, really well done. So much detail. This is the instruction book. I figure I would give you guys a glimpse at what I looked at and what to expect if you get this and you decide to build it yourself. These are all the pieces, all the parts, lots of small things, but you can do it. Don't be too discouraged, just take your time. That's the ticket of authenticity and the Figurama pin. And here's the art print that comes with the piece of Alucard, just taking all these guys out. It's absolutely amazing. I'm probably gonna frame it and get it behind the statue. Thanks for joining me for this unboxing. It was a lot of fun. This piece is absolutely amazing and a centerpiece in my collection. I can't wait for the next piece to come in, so stay tuned.